Hopefully it's actually working. Hopefully you guys can actually see me. I don't know what it is with the lighting. It's terrible. Um, but regardless, of course, I want to welcome everyone to another stream. Jealous Guy here. I hope you're all doing good and having a great day. In today's live stream, we're going to be talking about 3 tips, or secrets, I should say, to stay motivated. Secrets, I should say. So if you're someone who is having trouble staying motivated, if you're someone who struggles with motivation, you're not taking much action, well, you know, I understand where you're coming from, because I know that staying motivated is tough. Taking action, especially in the beginning, is super, super tough, you know? So I want to welcome everyone to the stream. Talking about. Now, you know, I'm very disciplined. You've probably heard me talk about that. I'm super disciplined. I'm all about discipline. I've been consistent on working out for 5 years straight. I take cold showers every day. Been doing that for 2 years straight. I've been working hard on my channels and whatnot for 5 years on one of the YouTube channels and a few years on this YouTube channel. I've been consistent, and I'm consistent and disciplined. Now, of course, it is very, very difficult to stay motivated, right? It is difficult for many people, but I believe one of the best things you can do to stay motivated is knowing your why, knowing your reason. If you don't have a clear reason on why you're working out, if you don't have a clear reason, can we get this freaking lighting working? If you don't have a clear reason on why you work out, if you're working out because people tell you to work out, if you're working out for another reason, or it's just external validation or something, the motivation goes away. So one of the biggest things to stay motivated is knowing your reason and knowing your why. Happy birthday. If you're someone who struggles to stay motivated, you have to know your why. You have to know your reason. If you don't know why you're doing something, if it's external, if it is just one of those things, you will lose motivation. One of the biggest reasons why people are losing motivation is simply because people don't know the reason why they're doing something, or the reason is to seek external validation, right? Like maybe you're working out because you've seen other people look good, you like the muscles, but that's it. And when you work out, you lose the motivation because your reason wasn't that strong. It wasn't a motivation reason. It wasn't something that strikes passion in you. It doesn't ignite no fire in you. It was just some sort of ego thing. So knowing your why is super powerful. Mason, we're talking about motivation, 3 secrets. So number 1 reason is knowing your why. If you don't know your why, if you don't know the reason why you're working out, you're taking cold showers, you're probably going to be like me in my early days. Why am I taking a cold shower? It's just torture. Why am I constantly working out when I could just go for a walk or something? Why? You got to know your why. If you don't have a reason for doing something, you're probably not going to keep doing it, right? Like most people starting the new year. Just start now. Why are you starting in the new year? Start now, right? Why are you working out now? It's the new year. New year resolutions, new goals. You could start any time. You don't have to just start at that time. You start any time. So your why has to be super important. The second reason, I think one of the best tips is progress. You will not see progress right away. So, starting small is key. I think starting small is key because most people will lose motivation when they don't see progress. So if you start small in doing something, it won't burn you out, and you probably will think to yourself, well, let me stay consistent. Because most people won't see progress unless they're consistent. Most people won't be consistent if they see no progress. I know that's a little bit confusing for some people, but it's the truth. Momentum keeps going. And in order for you to build momentum and to stay consistent, some people need to start small. This will keep you motivated because you're not overdoing it, you're not burning out, you're not doing too much. That's a big tip right there, and that's why most people just fail and give up. Especially when it comes to going to the gym, they will overlift weights, very common, and they get tired and sore and they don't want to work out no more, right? So starting small is key. Cold showers, right? I actually started off really cold, but I was mentally strong. I have so much willpower, so like I just keep going. I don't care. But I know some people don't have that much willpower, so maybe not the coldest shower, but just lower the temperature, a little bit and work your way up. Build your tolerance. So starting small is super key in any exercise and any fitness you're doing. Like seriously, some people, they might start there, they might start somewhere else, but the truth is everybody starts small, and when you start small and you build momentum, you'll eventually get to where you need to be. The next tip is taking action before you feel like it. Now this might feel like discipline, or this might feel like completely opposite. However, if you're someone who, is always waiting to the feeling, you're waiting to feel ready, you're waiting to feel motivated, you're waiting to feel that emotion, the truth is, take small action. This secret right here is very powerful. So I'm sure many of you, the second you start scrolling on TikTok, you keep scrolling. We'll go to the gym, this is a perfect example, and just do one push-up. You're probably not going to just do one push-up and leave, right? You're not that kind of person. You're probably going to go and do some more stuff. Just get yourself going. Get yourself started with something small. It's not just starting small, but this is like, just take the action. Just do it, right? That's how you change. That's how things change, right? So just take action. Don't even think about it, right? Is it the mind chatter? Because everybody, believe me, everybody in the gym eventually has a day they're fatigued, a day they're just more tired, but they gotta keep they show up, right? Sometimes you gotta motivate these people not to go to the gym because they just want to keep going, right? That's how I am. I just want to keep going to the gym. I don't want to take a break, right? You gotta motivate us not to go. But at the end of the day, just taking action, let go of the mind chatter. That's just huge right there, honestly. I think when you let go of the mind chatter, you ignore whatever self-doubt, whatever is holding you back, whatever thoughts you have, just go ahead and take action. Go ahead and just take the action, and you're gonna keep going. If you're someone who does 20 push-ups a day, which is, I wish that's all I did, honestly. It's light work, Just do one push-up. And eventually momentum builds and you will keep doing more push-ups. And eventually you get to the point where 20 push-ups is easy. Don't make the mistake of shooting to 40 or 50. Don't do that. I feel like a lot of people, once they build up motivation, once they get something going, they immediately shoot up super high. Big mistake in the gym. I know this is not a fitness channel, but I do work out consistently. Been doing it for 5 years. But it's just the easiest explanation, right? And this same thing goes for walking. It's the same thing if you do stretching and yoga, cardio. Don't go from 1 mile to 2 miles to 3 miles. Don't do that unless you can. But don't jump up so much the second you get stronger, the second you feel better. Don't overdo it, right? Because at the end of the day, it's about being consistent. It's not about going to the gym one day. It's about going to the gym consistently. right? It's not about, and this is off topic, it's not just about being in a relationship, it's about being in the right relationship for as long as possible, right? Not a couple months, right? It's not about being rich for a couple days. It's about being wealthy, right? Having money, an abundance for as long as you live, and for the kids, for your kids forever, for whoever it is. So it's always about being. It's all, man. That, oh my goodness, what is going on? It's about long run. That's what it's about. It's about the long run, and the way you do it is by starting small. Why don't people start small? Why don't people do a little training on their first month of working out? Right? Because they see what other people do. They listen to what other people say to do in the gym. They just copy. And I did this too, right? Like I think everybody was doing 75 pounds on bench, right? So everybody just starts benching 75, and it's not a lot, but it's pretty standard in the gym in your first time to bench 75 pounds. Everybody tries to do what other people are doing. Everybody tries to copy someone else, or everybody just tries to fit in, or they want to do something, right? Because obviously, if you only bench the bar, they're gonna laugh at you, right? If you, do something, you probably have something in your mind that says, no, that's not good. You got to do more. You're better than that, right? I don't know. Whatever it is, don't let the mind chatter get to you. Don't let other people get to you. Don't look at what other people are doing. Focus on yourself, because you keep paying attention. You keep focusing on what someone else is doing with your life. When are you going to focus on yours? All right? What do you think a lot of people on media are doing? They're focused on someone else's life. They're seeing what other people are doing with your life. You could do that. You could do it. Right? What do you want to troll on the internet? You want to say you want to disrespect other people? You could be somebody on you are somebody, but you could do good on the internet. You could do better in this world. You could live the life you always wanted. But if you keep focusing on other people, if you are distracting yourself, you're not going to get anywhere. I'll see you next time. Thank you.